guys, welcome to KRIS CHAT. This is the first official episode. If you're coming from the pilot episode, if so you want to call it that, welcome. If it's the first one you're seeing, we did do a pilot episode just kind of explaining what this is, semi-podcast, long format video. But yes, YouTube video, it's going to be a YouTube video first. You're burping still.
I'm hiccuping.
You got the hiccups?
They're hiccups.
I
forget that you can hear them.
Yes, they're going to be in there. Well,
you can do a funny little cut to me.
That's the way the episode's going to start. So, like I said in the prequel.
In the prequel.
It's not a prequel.
You said
though.
prequel. It's prequel.
That's not even what I wanted to say.
No, in the pilot.
The pilot.
A fix.
Oh, thanks. Didn't think about that.
You just had a little bit of like Tweeny Bieber. Little.
So from the pilot episode, talked about that this is going to be a very loose formatted, long format video, just something that we can sit down, talk about whatever we want to talk about. I don't think we're going to talk about current events, really. It's going to be more on the media side for me, and then stories, I feel like, for you, mostly.
Probably
you really
stories, personal experience.
Yeah, you really like to do stories and personal experience stuff. And then, obviously, like I said earlier, or in the last episode, the voice of reason
Yes.
/ third-party
Yes.
voice. So, I guess what we're going to start off is, like, telling you guys about us, because that's what I'm going to do with all my episodes, if we have guests, kind of like get a background. So if you would like to go first.
Are you going to talk about yourself?
I'll just do a quick background for the people that don't know who I am, even though this is on my channel. But
okay.
I mean, because you went to school for baking.
I know you always start with that, and that's like the one that I don't use, or like the cliche.
But that was
you went to school, you got a degree, now you don't use it, but that's the first one that we're gonna mention.
But that was the first degree you got.
Yes.
That was the first thing you went to school for out of high school.
Correct.
So like, start from the beginning and work towards what you're doing now.
Okay.
So, baking degree?
Yep. We got the baking degree. Took forever. 5 ever,
yep.
Even. That's like the big joke, because it's like 6 years. So it took me 4 years. 4 years to get an associate's degree, but 2 years to get a bachelor's.
Yeah.
But
you went backwards.
I did.
But that's because your second degree need, like, a lot of the things you took for the
or
baking
prereqs.
degree. Yeah, you could use for the food and beverage management degree.
Yeah. Yeah, because I thought it was important to take summers off, which it kind of was, because that's when I made all my money. I would go home and work.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back, got my FBM, and here we are.
Yeah, pretty simple.
I know.
Went to school.
I haven't even framed them or anything. They're not even on the walls. They're just collecting dust.
They're still in the envelope.
All that money.
Isn't your second, the one you just got, still like in an envelope?
Somewhere. I don't even know where it is.
By the door, actually. You put your purse on it every day. I'm sure your mom would be proud.
Oh God.
So yeah, you pretty much did the
I did everything backwards.
Well, you did the get out of high school.
Oh yeah.
Go to college.
Mm-hmm.
Get the job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was no I couldn't find a job. There was no
I mean, I just didn't not work the whole time.
That's why it took so long.
Yeah, because my last 2 years I was working full-time and going to school full-time at the same time, and because of that I could very easily slide into my next job because I had already been managing for 2.5 years.
Yeah, you had experience.
Yeah.
Which is a very important thing to do.
Yeah. So it's a contradiction with the whole go to school for the degree to get you the job when the experience is what gets you the job, but whatever.
Well, that's how it worked out for me.
I know.
So, because I did go to school, but I didn't.
You didn't go to school.
I
You went to school.
Graduated
but
from
you
high
didn't,
school.
do
a
anything.
year and a half, I'd say, of community college, but
I would count it as maybe a year because you just stopped showing up.
yeah, it's not that I failed.
You failed on the inside.
I got I think at my like CC it was like a W.
Withdrawal.
Yeah, is that like a normal
Yes,
thing? Okay.
yes.
I don't know college, so
Yes. So basically, you just wasted 12 credits, right? It would have been 12 credits, 24
yes,
credits, something like that. Yeah.
I just didn't. School's not my thing, so
Yeah. Listening's hard.
I just can't sit there. I get too bored. But it's all worked out for me. Obviously,
We're getting there.
I stopped to school, worked.
I stopped to school.
And I just worked for.
But you didn't do like me. You didn't do. Well, I mean, technically, I guess you did do career-wise, but like ish.
Yes, it was all freelance. So I built my portfolio freelance side, worked a regular job, merchandising. I was stocking stuff in the grocery stores, working for companies. I mean, I worked for Pepsi and Budweiser. I was stocking pop and beer for 7 to 8 years. And then got my first job as a videographer for a couple months, and then now I'm in my role as a video photo specialist for a marketing agency. And
is that what your legit thing
yes,
is?
video. It's like video.
Everyone always asks me, and I'm like, he takes pictures and stuff.
But
He works at a marketing firm?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a video and photo specialist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How resume worthy.
That's what it is. It's on my Instagram. It says I'm a video photo specialist.
I'm sorry, I don't look at your bio anymore.
Yeah, I don't really look at bios that much anyway. But it's where it's at.
Okay.
So, video photo specialist, which is like what I want to be doing, making videos to promote, advertise. Because I originally was going to go to school for graphics, and then I switched it over to like marketing in the video sense. But like video school, like wasn't you went to making movies school, like film school.
Making movies school.
There wasn't really like there were a few schools that had the degree in like the social side of video making. But
oh yeah, that was back before all of social media blew up.
Yeah, so like
I know, isn't that weird?
I looked at like schools to go into the video and like media field, and it was like 3 schools, and they were like California, Florida, New York. I think there was a Chicago one, maybe. I think there was.
We would have never met.
But I didn't want to. It was so expensive, and I don't want to make movies. Everyone asks that. They're like, "Do you want to make a movie?" And I'm like, "No."
Well, that's like everyone asking me if I want to own my own business.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, no, I want to make videos. The way I explained it to a lot of people back then, back then being 5 years ago. Not yesterday. Like 5 years ago, maybe, was Devin Supertramp, who was a video. For people who know who he is, he just makes really epic, like marketing videos. Like it's like
example, please.
Well, you don't know him, so it's really hard to like he did a football commercial for the Super Bowl, but he was able to direct it. So he like got a plane and like jumped out, like he had the football player jump out of a plane, land on the football field, and like that was the basis of the whole thing. And it was like a Super Bowl commercial, football player parachuting in, and like it was really cool. Or
was it one of the ones that doesn't really have a point? It's just there.
I can't remember.
Or was he advertising?
It was advertising
something?
for something, but I don't remember the company.
Shoes.
No, I think it was like Doritos or something.
Doritos are good ones.
Yeah, but I can't remember exactly.
I feel like they've all gone downhill since like 2012, though. Those were like the prime.
Yeah, some of them got kind of weird.
Yeah, but that was like 2012 prime was like Doritos, and then Budweiser, Clydesdales, also puppies, and like what more could you want?
Now they have like there's like frogs for like the Mountain Dew commercials and stuff, or like I don't know, but pretty much
like the little boy with the Doritos. You can't have.
Can't
have my mama.
What about is it the one with the pigs?
Get your hands off my mama and get your hands off my Doritos.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah. But yeah, so the other video he did, coming back to it, the other video he did is like he just made a really cool video where he got a bulldozer, and it was like during
Not a backhoe.
well, it was in the snow. It was like during the winter time, and he put a bulldozer on, and they did like a big circle, and they'd spin. The bulldozer would spin, and one guy would be on it with a snowboard, spinning around, and like he would like jump. It was like when you get towed behind a boat, but instead the tow rope is on the bulldozer like front.
It's like snow surfing. People do it all the time, hang out in the back of cars.
Yeah, I've done that before. Yes. I've done it with a sled where you
He's
hold on to a
bougie
sled. He
and
just
has
does
a
it to the
frickin'
extreme.
Bulldozer.
Yeah, he does everything to the extreme. And like he's done a lot of parkour videos. Like he did a parkour video advertising Assassin's Creed, the video game, because like in Assassin's Creed you do a lot of parkour. So he actually had people dress up as the characters.
Oh, Lord.
He went around like London or something.
Cosplay.
Pretty much. And they were doing the same moves that you would do in the game. So it was advertising the game in real life kind of thing. Just like taking all the videos to like the next level.
Gotcha.
His whole motto was like getting like an angle or like the view that you wouldn't normally see in a video. So he like was doing crazy stuff and crazy angles, and that kind of inspired me into a sense of like if he can like get. And he was really like there was a lot of people doing it. There's a lot more people doing it nowadays, but like back then, it was like I was watching him and I was like I want to do that. I want a company to come to me, say we want you to make something cool, but like have it be your idea, like. Because a lot of companies will be like, hey, we need XYZ, but you can only do it like ABC. Like, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that, but we want it to be this, this, and this. And like, you have to stick within that limitations. And I liked, because of what he was doing, people knew he made really cool stuff. So you could, like, Mountain Dew, I think he did stuff with Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew would come to him and be like, what's your idea? And I think he did like a big, like, huge sledding hill with, you know, those big bowling pins. The big inflatable bowling pins and the big, like, what are those balls called that you like get inside of?
I don't know, but I'm seeing it in my mind.
Like,
the
it's
clear balls that you hold on to.
Not,
something with an F.
well, you're thinking of falling?
No.
That's the one where you throw the football.
Yes.
That's not, yeah,
no,
not that.
But it's like.
They have them at, like, all hockey games and, like, intermissions and stuff, where you get in the ball and they would, like, roll it down and then they had, like, Mountain Dew logoed on the bowling pins. And it was, like, a Mountain Dew commercial and they were sledding down. Actually, I remember the first video I saw his and I was like, yes, I want to do what he's doing. He did a drift trike video, and I don't remember what it was called. It was like Epic Drift Trikes.
It says, they keep calling them hamster balls, but that's not it.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much, it's a human hamster ball. It's pretty much what
But
they were.
what's the game called?
Well, there is no game.
Yes, it's like dodgeball with people.
But those are the ones that you can stand up in. I'm talking about the ones that they like seal and like you get in, and you can like go in water with them and stuff and like run.
No, this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Well, I mean, this is from Walmart. It says 6-foot inflatable water walking ball dance roll PVC tie zip zipper.
I mean, honestly, I can put a picture up like right here, and people will know. People will know. I mean, I'm sure most people know.
I know, but it's just gonna bug me. Zorb.
Yeah, Zorbs. I've heard of that. Yeah,
Zorbs.
a Zorb ball. That's what they're called.
All right, we got it.
But I remember the first video I saw. Now that I'm like talking about it, he did this video where he had like a van or like a truck or something pull up, right? And it just was like a shot of him looking. The car pulled up, and he's like gimbaling at it, and then a guy opens the trunk, or a guy throws a rope out, and all these guys come up with drift trikes. The little like one wheels, but they're like modified to be able to like drift and stuff. Not one wheels. One wheel's a whole different thing. The like big wheels, that's what they're called. Where there was like one big wheel and the little wheels in the back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they modified them so they could skid. And so what to do, the guy threw the rope out, and they all grabbed onto the rope, and then the car took off, and they're like riding these things as the car's going, and then they go down a hill. So the car pulls off, and they all go speeding down a hill, and they're like racing, and they're like drifting and stuff at the same time. And it was literally...
These are adults on
Yes.
tricycles.
And it was just like this big thing, because drift trikes were a big thing back then. And that was like the first video I saw his, and I don't think it was advertising anything. I literally think
that's what drew you to him? Adults on tricycles?
I think it was just the idea of making like a really epic video, because like people were like crashing and like rolling, and like it was really cool. And then I obviously watched him more and more, and so on and so forth. I don't really watch him much anymore, but he's still doing things.
Sounds like something like Johnny Knoxville would do in his prime, like a
Kind of, but
that kind of vibe.
But his stuff was a little too extreme.
Yeah.
It's not safe.
Well, I mean, giant tricycles down a hill isn't like super safe.
But. Yeah, but they were all like, they were wearing like helmets and everything. So it was safe.
Okay.
But that kind of drew me to that. And then, so I don't want to make movies. I wanted to make advertising videos. And that's what I'm doing. And like building that and doing my own stuff, making mini docs and filming. And obviously there's a bigger backstory, but I don't need to get all into it.
Yeah.
A lot of my stuff's been very backwards, and like I was getting paid before I had a lot of experience, so then people wanted to pay me in experience, but then I was already getting paid, so I thought I'd always get paid.
That was confusing, but okay.
What you're supposed to do is like
I know
get
that I know what you were trying to say, but you said it very, very confusing. But I get it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hope that everybody else gets it.
So you're supposed to like build up with experience and then eventually slowly get paid.
I know.
But I got paid first, and then people wanted to give me experience because I didn't have the schooling, and it was just like, it was all backwards. But I mean, it's worked out now, so.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's great.
Yes.
We have a table.
Yeah, we have a table. We talked about that in the last
Coming
episode.
into 2020 hot.
But we have a table. That's why this was delayed, because
it
we didn't have a table.
took us a year and a half.
It took us a year and a half because we had a coffee table, and that's all we had. People were saying it was weird that we didn't have a table. But
we're too old not to have a table.
Yeah, but our apartment's set up like kind of odd for not having a table. Like,
yeah, there's not like a great place to put it because there's like, it's just carpet everywhere, and putting a table on carpet feels weird.
It is kind of weird. I could imagine it like more in that corner than this corner.
Yeah, but then that's also weird. Like, I thought about it because there's like the little cutout
like
from the kitchen, but like also that's super weird because this is America and we watch TV while we eat, and that's right next to the TV, so that just wouldn't work.
Well, that's why you didn't like it in that corner.
No, I didn't like it in that corner because it looked awkward.
It was by the slider.
Yeah, it was weird. So anyway.
But we got a table.
Yep.
And
thanks, Mama Gina.
Yeah. Yes,
Christmas.
Your mother helped us get this table for late Christmas present. Late Chrysler present.
Merry Crisis.
Yes. So going off of more or less on me, but on your work.
Mm-hmm.
Food and beverage managing. You managed a froyo shop for a couple years. 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That went okay.
It was like froyo shop / coffee bar.
Yeah, I forgot you guys did coffee and all that other stuff. You're just known for the
huge building.
Froyo.
Ginormous building. So many opportunities.
There just wasn't a lot of people involved.
Yeah. Summer towns. That's
it was
what
just a summer town,
It's a summer town, so it basically shuts down in the winter.
Yeah. No one wants froyo in the middle of February when it's 10
Nobody
degrees
over
outside.
the age of 22.
Yeah. In the summer, everybody wants it.
Yeah.
So you managed that, and then you moved on to a brewery / restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider it a restaurant? Or just a brewery?
Well, with all of our renovations that we're doing right now, I don't think we can technically classify as a brew pub anymore. So we would be a restaurant.
Just a restaurant?
I think so. They might be able to get away with it because they're doing stuff in the basement still, but brew pub, I guess that would be like the best explanation would be brew pub.
Well, because you wanted to work at a brewery. You wanted to manage a brewery.
Mm-hmm.
And you wanted to manage...
But I wanted it to have food also because just beer is boring.
Well, this feels like there's not a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
People just come in and drink and leave, and you get your regulars, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then like you always have to worry because they're drinking. You don't have food. All you have is like chips and yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So, you work there now.
Yep.
Year.
A little over a year.
Yep. So a little over a year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going well.
Mm-hmm.
And you have stories.
All the stories, all the time.
We probably will get into that later, so we don't give away everything.
Yeah.
We have a few stories.
I know, one story still continuing.
But I don't think you can tell everything. We'll get into it later.
I think
after it's all said and done, you might be able to. Like right now, we wouldn't be able to tell everything right now. I feel like it would be just like, I don't think it would. I'm sure it would be fine, but just because this is not going to be like multi-million views.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I'd rather that's a good story that we'll save.
Yeah, we'll save it.
We'll save that one. yeah, you used to work all the time. Like we said in the last episode, our with her obviously working at a restaurant slash brewery. You don't, not a bar.
Booze.
You don't like calling it a
No.
bar.
No, it's not a bar. It's a bar from
11?
Yeah, it's a bar from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah,
That's
food.
it.
There's no food. There's just drinks.
Yeah.
But you're obviously working till 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going into work at 7 a.m.
7, yeah.
So it's like our schedules are completely opposites. I mean, we're filming this on a Sunday night, and we actually both work Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I work at 7. You work at 9.
10.
10?
Yeah.
10. So we're both out at around 5, 6 o'clock.
5, yeah.
And that's like different. Like we're getting dinner with friends because
That never happens.
it never happens. So even
I know, I
just
have a weird schedule next week.
yeah.
I'm
like,
on Monday, off Tuesday, close Wednesday, close Thursday, off Friday. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
See, like your schedule, mine is Monday through Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I have the regular weekday schedule, like
Mm-hmm.
weekdays with weekends off, and it's just all over the place. It's different every week. So it's just going to be hard to do this. It's just hard for us to like get food and do a couple of things most times
Yeah.
because we're usually seeing each other just like when you come home and should be in bed, but I'm usually not.
Yeah.
Or before you leave for work, or like on a Sunday when you work at 3 or 5, and I don't work.
We've
so
been getting pretty lucky though. It's nice in the winter though, because they're pretty good about scheduling and stuff where they know our situation. So I get like a Saturday or a Sunday off every week so that we can have like one day together.
No, yeah, and we usually spend that one day. We usually just go shopping, getting food for the house,
Getting food and
There-
staying
yeah.
in bed until noon and
I just don't get enough sleep.
same.
So, yeah, it's
Yeah, that's about me.
yeah. I mean, I talk about me too in there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you talked about you in there.
I mean, my backstory is very long and detailed. I feel like, but
I
said
feel
it
like if they
multiple
really want
times.
to know, they can just go watch all your backlog of vlogs.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been vlogging, filming myself, like with me in front of the camera since 15.
I don't know. It's
I
before
think
my
it's
time.
I think it was 15. So like there's a good 2 to 3 years of videos that like semi-regular, really regular to like weeks apart. It's just like obviously being not full-time into the media YouTube space. I have work and other things, freelance work that I don't film, my regular job that like obviously is a priority. So I keep with it as much as possible, and that's why I want to touch on. That's why I wanted to change up a little bit coming into 2020. I literally almost said 2012. I don't know why. I had to pause there, because I wanted to, like in my head I wanted to say 2020, but when I said 2000, I was like, wait, that's
Wait,
this
what?
wrong? Wait, what?
2000.
So coming into 2020, I wanted to like do stuff that's a little bit more like doesn't need as much editing, so to say, because like I love the editing process, but with how
Do you?
I do, but with how
Do you
busy
know?
I am, it's hard to like sit down and edit something like
As tedious as
Well-
this.
like this, or like this with multi-cameras, which was going to be the first setup,
Yeah.
or like one of my vlogs, for example. I love doing them, but all I have on my mind is like my freelance work, which is obviously paid, so that's more important. And then from there, you move on to my regular work, which I'm actually not editing on the weekends, but I only get the weekends because on the weekdays, I'm editing work. I'm at work pretty much all day. I come home and I'll play a video game or two,
Eat some ramen.
try to edit, eat some ramen or mac and cheese, and
Mostly
then
ramen.
go to bed. So,
Eat all my chips. All the candy in the house.
yeah, the candy in the house is always gone.
Oh my god.
So it's,
Ooh, that was a fun sound.
I'm trying not to let it make sounds because it might be kind of weird.
It's like,
Um,
ooh.
But so with 2020, we're doing this podcast / long format video where it's one camera. So it's just kind of like we talk about stuff and I can get a lot out in one video.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally weekly.
Good luck with that, Chuck.
Yeah, I know. I think like a lot of it's gonna be. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want.
I feel like you're going off on a tangent now.
I don't want to just put out random stuff, but at the same time, I want to have it semi-regular. So we'll see how that goes. And then also doing some live streaming. That's what I was getting at. That was kind of my trying to like my what's it called? Crossover transition into the next thing to talk about is going into
to talk about with me.
Well, yes, because I have questions.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
I did.
Ooh.
I did.
Ooh.
I've been talking about doing live streaming for a while. I didn't know what platform to do it on, YouTube or Twitch, or there's multiple other ones. Twitch and YouTube are my two. Like I made a Twitch account. I've been testing everything on Twitch, and then I decided to do it on YouTube. I did my first live stream the other night. It went well. Not many viewers, obviously, being the first one. It's going to be like that for a very long time. But I enjoyed it. I was very nervous. I don't know why I was so nervous.
I felt like in the 5 seconds that I watched, it felt like you just kept talking, and it felt kind of like unnatural. Like you were trying to fill the space.
Well, yeah, because a lot of times when I play video games, I'm either talking with friends or I'm not talking at all.
Yeah.
And so with live streaming, because I watch a lot of live streamers, like at work, I'll be editing a photo or editing some video, and I'll have a live stream up.
Yeah.
Like someone else playing video games.
Yeah.
And they're always talking.
Yeah.
Obviously, they have a stream to talk to.
Yeah.
Viewers to talk to. So people are commenting and they're replying and so on and so forth. So for me, I was just trying to keep, as the game was playing, I wanted to kind of...
You were narrating the game.
I kind of wanted...
So I guess... And me not knowing anything about any of that stuff, it just felt forced. But I guess maybe that's just the format that they use. I just don't know it.
Yeah, for me, it was more of it wasn't very different for me, especially because I was playing Halo, which is a constant. It's not like Fortnite or any of these
yeah, you were saying this the other day.
Battle Royale games where it's you play one match, you die, you go back to the beginning. Back to the main menu, whatever, and you play the match again. It's the same thing over and over. With Halo, it's still the same thing over and over again, but it's you die, you come back, you're still in the same game, and you're trying to get to a final score, not being the only one left. So that's why I picked Halo as my first live stream, because it's obviously not as popular. It just came to the computer.
And it's what all your friends were playing.
Well, all my friends were playing it, but I was gonna stream it by myself, and then my friends decided to get online. So I was setting up the stream to do it by myself, and then they got on, and I'm like, oh, are you guys cool with live streaming with me? 'Cause some people might be weird about that. So I always want to ask first. But
consent is key.
Yes. I also had to warn them to not
swear.
I mean, swear, some swearing is fine, but...
Oh my God, I didn't realize how much cat hair was on me.
There's not much.
Note to self.
You really can't notice
Note to self, do not pick up cats before YouTubing.
Filming. Yeah. But my question was what do you think about the whole thing? Just maybe me doing it or it in general, because you are a third party.
Yeah.
And I watch it daily. So
yeah.
I have this idea of what I want it to be, but at the same time I need to do my own thing.
Yeah. I mean, in my experience with it is growing up and watching funnyjunk.com, where they would have little snippets of stuff, and it would be going in and just doing stupid stuff, and that's my experience with it. So mine, when I think about live streaming, I think about it more of the comical side, where everybody's just having a good time messing around, whatever. But obviously some people, I'm sure, take it super seriously, and they're more intense about it. I'm not against it. I just it isn't in my realm of things that I watch anymore. It's it's funny when you know what's going on, and then and it's obviously the people too.
Yeah.
The people that are doing it. So obviously you have to, I feel like I'm saying obviously a lot. You have to think about who's in there and what they're going to add to it, because you're basically casting your own crew of actors. Basically, you're making a mini movie.
Well, that's why I almost want to stream with friends all the time, but at the same time, like, they're not always going to be available
Yeah.
when I want to stream.
Yeah.
So that's why I, like, did what I did in that live stream, in a sense of, like, talking about the game while it's happening. Because I could just sit there and not say anything and just play the game. But then that's boring because I'm streaming to it, regardless if you have one viewer or if you have thousands of viewers.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just funny too because it's like your personality put into it too, where it's a lot of, you know, like, oh, or like, you know, oh, didn't see that there, or like you like your personality, and it makes me think of like an older man playing, not like a funny young kid playing where he's like, you know, like. You know,
but I also don't
dang
take everything so serious.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, I'm in...
Like, if something happens, you'll be like, oh, shoot, oh, and that happened. Yeah. And then, like, stuff like that.
And obviously, that's just part of, like, not being... That's part of, like, just getting used to it.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I do it
well, I mean, but that's also your personality, so...
Oh, yeah. Yes, this is true. But that's also why I'm going to play with friends, because some friends... Like, things can be more funny with people.
And they're also funny.
People.
Yeah.
Yes. And then there are some friends where we play off of each other really well. And it's just finding that and finding people that want to do that. Because I've talked to a lot of people about it who would be interested. And they don't want to live stream themselves, but they would love to.
They'll be 1 of 4.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, they'll do it with me. They'll play. And... They always make jokes that when I get famous, they'll get famous, but I don't think that's going to happen. It won't happen anytime soon.
I mean, I wouldn't mind bringing some cash money.
Well, yeah, but you can't do it for that. I mean, I'm not doing it for that.
I know.
I'm doing it because I like making videos. I like making content.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're at work...
You just need something to do.
I'm always playing. I'm either editing or playing. And the other thought was, like, when maybe I do get an audience, I will do some editing. You know, I'm editing. I can stream the editing, and people can ask questions about, like, how did I do that, or how do you do this, and, like, almost more of a tutorial thing.
Yeah.
And that would be interesting to me too, because I'm not trying to, like, stream one thing. Like, I'm not trying to be a Fortnite streamer or a Halo streamer or whatever you want to call it, League of Legends streamer,
content streamer.
Well, yeah, it's a multi-streamer, and I'll stream whatever I'm doing. But, like, you know, I do play a lot of Fortnite. I do play a lot of Fortnite. I do play a lot of other games, Halo, Apex.
Yeah.
Just Golf with Friends is another game that we play sometimes.
Yeah, that one was weird.
That's an easy game to stream because it's really funny, and you can play with like a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird.
Everyone has their own thing.
I know. Well, I'm just here to get my opinion. I think it's kind of weird. It's like a fun house, but miniature golfing
on the computer.
Bunch of guys.
Yes. So, yeah, obviously I'm going to do that more. It's going to be on the YouTube channel. I want to, again, have that be semi-regular. I was trying to do like once a week with that, but that's a little easier to do than this.
Yes, 100%. Because you can just plop down on your computer and like you always do, and then just turn the camera on.
Yes. But the other thing is being into it. Because there are some times where I'm just not into it. I just don't want to talk. I just want to sit and play and whatever. But
you're cranky.
Sometimes I do get cranky. So that is, I don't know. That's going off of this podcast. That's long format. On top of that, those are going to be the changes coming to the channel that I've already done once this comes out. Still having regular videos, but doing that as well. Mm-hmm. So that's things I'm trying for 2020 and see where that goes.
2020.
I think the next thing to talk about is what you think of this whole thing. Because you wanted to do this by yourself. You had an idea. You brought that idea to me.
Yes.
With like a story time.
Yes.
Type of thing.
But I don't like the video version of it.
I
don't like audio. Yeah. I don't like video. I like audio.
See, I like the video side.
I know.
But you don't think you have enough time.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, 'cause you're like, you know, it would be an hour of your time for the week. to like record it, because that's all I would be interested in doing is recording it, which doesn't usually end well. Like nobody ever just records unless you're like, you know,
do it regularly.
Yeah, nobody just records it. They record it, edit it, post it.
Yep.
You know,
or you have
they do everything.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, I am not interested in that. It's just that, like, so many times people have told me, like, oh, you should be writing this down. Like, everything that happens in your life, you should be writing it down. Like, you could make a bunch of money one day. Like, blah, blah, blah. And, like, I don't know. I mean, everybody seems to enjoy to listen to my stories. And I like telling them as, like, a coping mechanism, I guess. Because, you know, the more you talk about it, you know, depending on what it is, it can make you feel better. But a lot of time it's just like stupid funny stuff that I just like,
and
that happens. I have to get it out of my head.
Well, because like I've wanted to do this, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to call it. I didn't know the format. And then this was a way for you to kind of see if you liked it.
I liked it, yeah.
And then at the same time,
Take one didn't go well.
Well, we talked about that. Take one didn't go well for a couple reasons. I think the overall wasn't bad.
Yeah.
We just
content wasn't bad.
We stepped back and looked at it,
yeah,
and we're just like, we should redo that.
Yeah, it was a lot of rambling because you just didn't know what we were doing, and
well, yeah, because this is all experiment, like experiment gum. You guys will learn very quickly. If you don't know, I don't talk well.
Stand you.
I talk good sometimes.
Oh God, spearmint.
This is not a profession. Neither one of us have done anything with audio. I obviously mess with audio.
I used to do the school announcements every morning.
Yeah,
I would be all over that phone.
Did you set it up? Did you?
I hit the 4 buttons that you had to hit, and I read that script like a champ.
Okay.
I loved it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, then why didn't you want to do your own thing?
It's just time, and then I would have to set up like an outline and follow.
But we don't have an outline set for this.
I know, but I would have to, because the only reason that I'm like fine with this is because you're asking me questions, and then I can just go based off of it. If it's just me, I'll get like 12 minutes in and be like,
don't know what to say.
And I just started listening to a new podcast, actual podcast on Spotify.
This is long format video.
I just started listening to a new one because it was 2 girls that was in a podcast that I used to listen to all the time, but then they moved to Luminary, and I'm not about to pay for that. So the one girl branched out. Well, I think both of them have branched out into their own podcast.
Like they don't have
They do it together,
but
they're doing like a ton of things, which I can't even begin to comprehend.
Because they're comedians.
Yes, they're comedians. Yeah, and that's what like got me. They did like it was like a comedian-based like sexual health funny story podcast.
Well, they're like relationship
stories. Yeah, and that's kind of what drew me to it in the first place. Anyway, one of them went out and started her own podcast, and I think she's only got like 5 or 6 episodes out, and so I started listening to that on my drive to work every day, and like I can definitely tell that like the other girl is what kept her on like their
track.
Yes. Because like she rambles a lot. Like she's also she's got like a more juvenile sense of humor. Mm-hmm. So where I would be like when she hits that part, she like says something silly like, like don't you just love farts and stuff like that. Like she just takes it there and then goes back onto like
the story
rollerblading or whatever she was talking about. Yeah. So it's like I can see like, because she's been doing the other podcast for like years now, like 3 or 4 years, and I'm like, if you've been doing a podcast for 3 or 4 years and then when you're on your own, that's what happens.
You can tell the other one was leading the format.
Yeah, and then she was more of the commenter.
Yeah. Well, and with us, we're building a format because we didn't know what we wanted. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
Do we have a format? Do we have a script?
Yeah.
Or do we not? And I feel like it's just going to change per person.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk. I can talk with some people better than others. And some people can talk better than others. And so this is just going to be one of those things that we're going to experiment with.
And it's going to be totally different too if we get somebody in that like I don't know as well.
Because then you
like,
can ask questions.
Then I'm super interested in like learning about new people and stuff like that.
We're gonna
or
have to
like I know
setup,
a ton about you already, so
and
I
right
don't
now
have any questions for you.
We're just talking about this,
yeah,
more or less, and what's going on.
Yeah.
I will say, like I said a minute ago, we're gonna have to figure out the setup though.
You don't like it?
No, if we have a third person is the problem.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like,
yeah, they're gonna have to like sit on the table or something.
They can.
We'll suspend them from the ceiling.
Yeah. Because some of those times when you're not here, they'll sit there.
Yeah.
But they can't. I mean, they can't really sit here because these will be in the way, and they could sit over there. But then the camera angle has to change. I don't know.
You need another camera.
Well, I mean, it's just whatever. We'll figure that out. That comes with doing the video side, because with audio you could just
sit in the bathroom if you really want to.
I feel like that'd be kind of echoey.
Hey,
if you looked up, a little echoey.
Put a towel over your head.
That'd be kind of weird.
What did you call it when you were sick and you would run the shower? Steam room.
Steam room. Make it a steam room. Oh my God. I was really sick.
Our heating bill was also sick.
It was like doubled what it usually is, I think. Yeah, I think it was. But that's okay, because we're better now.
Yeah, that's so great. Yeah.
Still have a little bit like right here, but we'll be okay. Right in my throat, but we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, with this, it's free format. Like, we have an idea, or I have an idea. I'll talk about that beforehand, but at the end of the day, we're just going to talk and see where that goes. Hopefully people enjoy it. And yeah, I don't know. It's going to be very guest oriented.
We were thinking the same word.
Yes. And the big thing is just finding guests.
Yeah.
Because I have 5 in mind, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
I have 5 in mind with like 2 maybes. Like, I haven't really talked to them, but I'm sure they would do it.
I don't even know who you're talking about. So.
Well, I was on one of them. I was on his podcast.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't think he does anymore.
He's probably busy.
Yeah.
1, 2. I'm just trying to think of who you're thinking of. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well,
5.
The other thing I want to think about.
I'm probably thinking of people that you're like, what?
Yeah,
no,
maybe,
why?
Maybe. Well, I want to do everybody.
Yeah.
Because the idea behind this was like my initial idea behind this.
You said it right the first time.
I know. I felt like I stuttered. Was media based, people in the media world.
Yeah.
Photography, video.
Oh, I know like 5.
Yeah, but then where do I go from there?
You don't.
Like, I don't want to talk about current events. I don't want to talk about, because I'm
you
not
don't
really.
want to do politics. You don't want to do current events.
So it's like, I just want to get anybody and everybody, because everybody has a story behind their career.
Oh.
Because I feel like that's where this is going. Like, we talked about your career.
Base.
We talked about my career. My career obviously is in the media, so I'm very, like, I'm into that. But I have friends that are in the wildlife career. I have people in the
medical, church,
and
psychiatric.
Yeah. It's all over the place.
All over the place. Seriously, all over the place.
Yeah. It's just trying to find people and just getting people on. That's going to be the biggest thing, and when and how and
why and where.
Yeah, all the W's. So
I hate us.
It happens sometimes. So going into
forward. Oh no.
I was saying going into the format, there are going to be a couple of things that I think I want to keep for everybody. The same question might vary a little bit, but just some questions that I can answer that I can ask that will change per person.
Answer wise.
Yes. Yeah. But it gives an insight to, like, I feel like they can, like, it sparks conversation because it's like, why or where. So the 2 questions, we'll talk about them before we actually answer them, is the first question is going to be for travel base, because we both like to travel a lot.
Yes.
We try to do at least one big travel thing a year.
Yes.
Last year we went to Seattle. We're working on stuff this year.
We also went to Nashville.
We did go to Nashville. It was for a wedding.
Well, Lexington was for the wedding.
Right,
Nashville was for fun.
That's right. But regardless, travel. We like to travel.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is, if you could go anywhere, like where's your top maybe 1 or 2 places to go if time and money wasn't an issue? Like where if someone's like, go wherever you want to go, where would you go? And then the next one is going to be food-based. We both like food. We both like eating food.
I like good food. You like
Food.
bad food.
I just like food.
You like salty, bad for you, fast,
Not always.
nasty food.
Not always.
Yes.
But I do. If like, what's your favorite food / if you, for some people who might be on a health kick and maybe can't eat their favorite food, if there was no consequences.
Not in this house.
Yeah, if there was no consequences, what would you eat? Like, what would be your favorite food? I think in the take 1 of this podcast, I think I said, if you only had one thing to eat the rest of your life, what would it be?
Mm-hmm.
So something close to that.
I liked that version.
You did?
But that's just because
It zeroes it in a little bit.
Yeah, we don't do the whole
Health stuff.
thing here.
Yeah, so if there's one food, but still with no consequences. Like with no consequences,
Yeah.
you could have it for the rest of your life, but that's all you could have.
Yeah, and I mean, like, and with that too, you're opening it up for like people with like dietary restrictions and stuff like that. Like you could
But
eat
maybe they
cheese.
don't. Well, yeah, maybe they. I still eat cheese even.
I
I'm not
know.
supposed to. I just gotta take.
And then we both suffer.
Yeah. But some people might have never tried something. I have a friend who I went to high school with who was deathly allergic to peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
So he's never had them. So he doesn't know what he's missing. So maybe he would be like.
That makes me think of that one. It was like a meme where they had like the kid, I don't even know if it was a meme. It was on Facebook and it was like one of those threads, like a Reddit thread.
Yeah.
And it said like, how like a kid in an elementary school, like stood up and he was like, F it, I'm doing it. And he was like deathly allergic to peanuts and like shoved a Reese's in his mouth. And you've never seen that?
I've never seen it. So I was trying to look interested.
And they're like, I've never seen. I was trying to look interested
because I was just gonna get a weird look on my face because I had no idea where you were going with this.
No, it's where they're like, I've never seen one with such determination and lack of concern for their life. You've never seen it?
Never seen
I
it.
feel like somebody's seen
I'm
it.
sure
It can't
somebody's
just be
seen
me.
The other ideas I have for this as we go forward is kind of like a tier list. I've been hearing a lot of podcasts. No, not like a tier. A lot of the podcasts I've been listening to, yes, recently have been doing tier lists. With the holidays that just passed, they were doing like.
It was a loud noise. I'm sorry. I looked.
They were doing like holiday candies, from God tier to like 0, or like what's like on the.
What was that first?
A lot of people were saying God tier. So like what's like the top of the top, like, and then I can't remember all the tiers they listed, but it was like God tier to like 0, and it's like mediocre,
Devil
okay,
tier.
Maybe, I don't know.
Hell tier.
So I think that'd be kind of cool. Maybe we come up with some of those. Like, it doesn't have to be with food; it could be with anything. Music,
something related to the time of year.
Yeah, time of year or topics if we have them, and so on and so forth. So that might be kind of interesting, just to hear. That obviously works with guests.
Like your rank your preferred precipitation.
Yes.
Since we've been getting all of the things coming from the sky recently.
Weather. Yeah, it's January. It's supposed to be cold and snowy,
and it's raining.
It's raining, and it was 50
it's
degrees
icing.
the other day.
Icing
It's
from
now.
the sky.
Yeah, it's icing. But then it's supposed to warm up again and then get cold again. It's supposed to be like 50 on Wednesday and then get cold again. I don't know. It's all over the place.
My poor sinuses.
Yeah, everyone's sinuses are all over the place. I wake up and I can't breathe out my nose more than I already can. So questions.
Yes.
Back to the questions.
Sorry.
Travel.
You already know.
Well, where?
You already know because we're going to do it together.
Well, yes, it's similar.
Similar.
Similar. Because ours are backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yours is...
I'm New Zealand, Australia. You're Australia, New Zealand, but they're right next to each other.
Yep.
Also, we might have to wait a couple years because Australia's not doing too hot.
Yeah, Australia's on fire.
But, like, actually hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we'll wait and see what happens. I think it's getting better.
Or just New Zealand. But you can't go to one and not go to the other. That's just
I want to see
foolishness.
Sydney.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that was an easy question. You already know that.
Yes.
It obviously won't be with everyone, but you already knew that for me.
Yes.
Yes.
And then if you could only have one food for the rest of your life, but it's only that food, but you have no consequences, what would it be?
Do you know? Will you guess?
We talked about it, but I don't remember now. Wasn't it risotto?
Yes. Risotto with some Parmesan and preferably mushrooms, perhaps some asparagus.
So you're going with a meal, but you could only eat that meal.
Risotto is a food?
No, but you're adding.
It's just like saying baked potato. No, but like in it.
But that's
like when I make it and I put like it's mushroom risotto.
Yeah.
But like if it was like it would be mushroom risotto with asparagus. But only like if it was that time of the year. Because asparagus aren't all year round. But then what would you eat? No, I'm saying asparagus aren't good all year. What I'm
saying with this question is like
so risotto with mushrooms and asparagus.
Okay.
Because like in the perfect world, asparagus would be available all year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's no consequences. Because if someone goes...
Well, you said no consequences. So when you say that, I think of like health weight gain, sodium intake.
If there was literally, you could just have a plate of food in front of you all year round.
Risotto with some really nice Parmesan, mushrooms, and asparagus.
Okay. Because... my other thing that I have to be careful of, because if I ask that question to someone in, like, let's say someone who only eats healthy says like McDonald's, right? But what at McDonald's? I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be like McDonald's.
I was very specific.
I know. I want like the meal. Like I want a number one with this, with that. Like I want to know the exact
and a Diet Coke.
The exact meal. That's the other thing I gotta look at is like drinks. Like should there only be one drink, or the drinks normal? Do you think?
I feel like that's getting into it too much.
Well, some meals come with a drink, some meals don't. Would it just be water all the time? For you?
What would I want for a drink?
I mean, there's no consequences. So you could like do coffee and you're not going to like...
but I wouldn't want them together.
So would you do water and then coffee? But that's two.
That's a tier. We talking tiers now.
Yeah.
That's hard because I would want them both. I would want like water, coffee, and some kind of alcohol. But then what kind of alcohol do I want? Do I just want like gin and tonics? Do I want a bubbly cider? I feel like I would need bubbles in my life somewhere because bubbles are a big part of my life. Do I want like a champagne? That would go good with the risotto. Mm-hmm. Could do like a nice champagne. Uncertain. I'd want all three. You'd have to tier.
This is a complete off spin, but I'm pretty sure for my work, I shot risotto at a restaurant and we put white wine with it as a picture.
Yeah, a lot of people do Chardonnay, but I don't really like Chardonnay.
But can you do white wine with risotto?
Yes.
How about what goes with salmon? Chardonnay. This is a question that
Chardonnay. Anything oaky goes really good with salmon. You could do a Chardonnay. That's a little bit nicer.
Because
red wine goes with red meat.
We put a beer with the meat.
What kind of beer?
The dark beer, I think. Beer.
Oh, God. Gross. Dark beer goes with desserts.
We had a, what did we put with dessert? It was some cream.
Yeah, you had thing. like the tort looking thing layered. Yeah, what did you put with that? Cocktail?
No,
yes, they kept wanting to do cocktails with it, which is like good, but
it was like a dessert drink. It was like white on top with like a black on the bottom, but it was like I think it was coffee.
Like a martini.
No, it was like in like a little glass, like this big. and it
like
was
a rocks glass, like what we have.
Yeah.
That I drink the.
but it was like
this
cream.
big.
It was like cream. It was like cream on top,
Yeah.
and like a black. Maybe it was coffee or some sort of like cold coffee on the bottom.
Yeah.
We put that with the desserts.
But it was boozy.
I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look
Might
at the
not have been
pictures.
boozy. You know what's really freaking good that is pretty underrated is like an affogato.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a vanilla bean ice cream, and then you pour shots of espresso over it.
Oh.
Yum.
Okay.
Yum. Like, I don't know why Starbucks hasn't gotten on that train yet, because it would be super easy to keep vanilla ice cream there.
They have it because they have a vanilla bean. They have a
They do not have ice cream.
what's their? They have a
The vanilla bean cream.
It's like a.
It's
frap.
a powder.
The vanilla bean frap.
Yeah.
They call
That's
it
not
vanilla
ice
bean.
cream.
They don't.
Vanilla
It's pretty
bean
much
cream. CREME.
I know, but it's pretty much just
It's
a
not
fancy
ice cream.
milkshake.
Yes, but it's not ice cream.
Oh,
I'm talking about like
real like
scooped,
yeah.
like hand dipped ice
Yeah.
cream.
Yeah.
You don't do soft serve. You don't do ice based slushy, like nasty shake. No. Ice cream.
Malt.
No, and I'm not big on malts either. They're too thick. Like if it gets like stuck in the straw, and no.
So you eat it. We're getting off on a tangent here.
Yeah, we are. You started it.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. It came to mind because we didn't know
That's
what.
okay. It's my podcast.
We didn't know what thing to put.
You'd have to. So you'd have to do the meal in all components, if required, and then drinks tiered. I think that would be.
But what if someone says like pizza? Do I have to do what type of pizza?
Yes.
Okay.
Because wasn't that yours?
No, mine's spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
I could eat all kinds of spaghetti. Just spaghetti and meat sauce. Because then you can
No
eat
meat,
meat sauce.
but not meatballs.
No, I don't like meatballs in my spaghetti.
With beef or sausage.
Beef. But the thing is I won't always eat the sauce. Just noodles. When I was a child, I would literally just take handfuls of noodles.
I know,
and eat
but
them.
like that's not spaghetti. I mean, yeah, they're spaghetti noodles, but
Yeah,
you're
'cause,
talking about spaghetti and meat sauce. You better be putting that sauce on them noodles, because that's not spaghetti and meat sauce without the meat sauce.
I know, but I just
But
won't
you
always
also
put the meat
want-
sauce. It's like
Yes,
how you
you
said.
have to. That's your meal.
Fine. That's fine. That's fine. I just like naked
That-
spaghetti sometimes.
That'd be like me doing, oh yeah, I'm just gonna eat mushrooms and asparagus today.
Yeah.
No.
I would do spaghetti.
No.
I could do spaghetti. No. With some Parmesan.
You should probably
Sprinkled on
change it
top.
to Italian sausage, you savage.
Whichever. Or Hawaiian pizza, but that's a contradicting
Controversial.
topic. Contradicting?
Controversial.
Controversial topic.
Contradicting are two things that don't work together.
Well, a lot of people don't think it works together. So.
But it's because it's a controversy about if they work together. Contradiction is like saying one thing and doing another.
Yeah.
That's a contradiction, not a controversy is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Those words are hard.
Words are hard. Words are hard.
Words are hard.
So I guess those are gonna be the questions. There might be more to based.
Ta-da.
There might be more based on the
Risotto,
guest.
Parmesan, mushrooms and asparagus.
One thing that I wanted to
Ooh, what else you got?
talk about back when we were talking about the live streaming and stuff. So we're jumping back a little bit. So I play a lot of video games,
Yeah, you do.
but it's all PC right now. I used to play Xbox. It's back to PC. We have played the Nintendo games before, like Nintendo Switch, Mario Kart, Mario
Yeah,
Party.
yeah.
The family-based type of games.
Yeah.
What do you think about video games?
What do I think about video games?
Like, do you think like
in general?
Yeah, in general. Because you're.
I grew up playing them.
But like what? Like Nintendo type?
I don't remember. I would have to text my cousin and ask him what gaming system he had, because I grew up like at my cousin's house every day in the summer. We would play like ATV racing and Grand Theft Auto. We'd play stuff on the computer. We'd play Sims. Like Crash Bandicoot was big. Mario. Like I grew up playing
Nintendo.
all those things. Like they had like war games, I guess. Like and then like in middle school and stuff like that. Like we would have parties and be at the boys' house. The boys would be playing the games and like Guitar Hero and all of that. Like I've played video games throughout the years.
Well, we've done the VR here,
And we've done the VR.
which is fun.
So what are you like? Do I think that they're dumb? Like what are you asking?
Yeah.
I don't think they're dumb. I think.
Well, obviously, because video games are becoming like it's a career now. Like the streaming, people are making big money off of it.
Yeah.
And people were not doing
I
that
mean,
before. Do you think
yeah.
that's dumb? Do you think that's...
I mean, everybody obviously has their talents. I just feel like...
Well, there's also
I
stages
feel like
of it.
and it's... You're contributing to like the entertainment industry,
Yes.
basically, is what it is. Which is like...
Entertainment and advertising.
Yeah, which like, you know, you're basically just like an actor.
Yep.
Like I was saying earlier, you're hiring your cast of actors basically every time that you live stream. So like to each their own, not something that I would be any good at.
But a lot of people...
Other than like a gag friend to bring on to just mess everything
You have
up.
to laugh and all that stuff. But a lot of people don't call it a real job or real work.
Because they don't look at it like that.
Yeah, they just see video games. And when they grew up, video games were just...
something you did.
The fun thing to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's also like, I feel like I come at things with a more open mind just because of my career path and like the people that I see every day. Like you know, you just take people as they are. Like the people in my industry are
all over the place.
All over the place. Like you have people that have been in the industry for like 20 years and don't know anything else. There's people that have done all kinds of stuff. There's people that, like some of my employees have more education than I do. It's just, you know, it's just all over the place. So you just see people as they are and like you don't get bogged down in what you think that someone's life should be or anything like that. It's like, you know, you see things for how they are. But you have to get back down to like the basic human functions to like tell if somebody's drunk or not and stuff like that. You just see people as they are. You don't see them in all of the other factors. So it's like, yeah, to me, it's just another part of the entertainment industry and like people are entertained and that's what they want to do with their time. That's fine. You know, the same way that people come to my work to spend their time.
Yeah.
Drinking and socializing and whatever.
You just take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like a babysitter.
I babysit adults professionally.
Yep. Well, yeah. I guess my thing is like you always see, you know, well, I've seen people that like get lost in it. Or they just,
where like consumes your life.
Yeah. Like they just don't have, like they just have games and like that's it.
Yeah.
And like that's what everyone thinks happens.
Yeah. And I mean, it can very easily if you just isolate yourself and like it just depends on where your motives are. Like obviously everybody has to have a good mix, you know, the same reason where, you know, it would be like if I never took a day off or, you know, or I never tried to go anywhere, never made any plans to do anything. Like you obviously can get lost in your work super easy.
Well, yeah.
You can do that with any industry. It just comes off more harsh towards people in that industry because they are usually in their room by themselves with the door closed and lights off and a bag of Doritos.
I was gonna say it's
like the stigma.
The in your parents' basement with Mountain Dew and Doritos, which obviously everyone has done. I've done back in my time. I mean, my room was in my parents' basement, and I've grew up on Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm playing video games, and not that I'm in it for the money, but like I always look at everything I do with a monetization attached to it. You know, I take pictures, I take videos. How can I get paid to do that? Because I didn't go to school for it. And that's why I'm starting the live stream is like, I don't think I'm ever going to make anything off of it, but there's always that chance. Yeah, there's always that chance of monetization. And that's how I look at everything. So I see people buying these big setups and the video games nowadays.
Doesn't necessarily mean anything.
What? Like what they're doing?
Like buying all the big stuff doesn't necessarily mean anything.
They're doing it to play the games because
Yeah.
the games need
Yeah.
that to be played. But then I look at how can you use that to advantage.
Yeah.
And that's the way I look at it. But so I was just wondering your thoughts on.
Yeah. I mean, I just see everything with an open mind. I try not to judge anybody.
Because like I just, when you're not home, I'll go play Fortnite or something.
Which like I'll like roll my eyes or whatever, but I'm not like judging you. I'm just like, oh, KB's going to play his game with the boyfriends and hang out. Friday night, Fortnite.
Yeah, it's usually Friday.
Yeah.
But it's whenever I'm on and
I
want to play and I'm not editing or doing anything else because I don't watch TV. Like my TV is YouTube and
you could be doing the laundry, but I mean,
I sometimes do.
digress.
I do dishes in the laundry sometimes. But that is where I was kind of just looking at being someone that doesn't do it or like you had done it before.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm not completely oblivious if that's what you're going for.
No. But like someone who like you don't come home and sit down and play a video game like I do or whatever. Yeah. And that's not just because you're not into it. It's just because it's not something you're like you grew up on. Like you grew up on it, but not like quote like I did. Like I grew up on it. That's what I did.
Yeah.
With friends or by myself or siblings or
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm more apt to like watch a movie or a TV show or like the games that I play are like solitaire and crossword search, like stuff on my phone.
That
or the
just
kitchen
board
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, board. Oh, big fan of some card games. Oh yeah.
Like some Uno.
Can we play Uno Flip after this?
Maybe. It's different with 2 people than like 10.
I know, but it's so much fun.
We can play it. I don't mind. I have to get all this stuff on the computer, but it'll take time.
Tonight?
We'll see. We'll see. I don't even know time my watch is dead.
It's kind of late.
That's all right. Yeah, it's just this. Very interested to see where this going back to the whole this podcast.
Bring it around.
What's going to happen? Because like I want to do it regularly, air quotes, in the sense of like I would love to do it weekly. I'd love to do it like every Sunday or Monday or whatever I decide the posting day is. Will that happen?
Probably not.
Right now? No, probably not. One, because I got time. You have time to do it, set it up, because this setup cannot stay. This is our dining room table. There's lights.
You can't get through.
There's lights blocking into the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I have to set this up every time we want to do it. People have to be in the mood to do it. And for guests, people have to be here. Like I have to get people here. It's not. I don't have a mobile setup, especially with this video. Yeah. Well, I mean,
provide snacks.
This whole thing looks really nice and like whatever. And
over there is like not super great, but
I mean, it's really not that bad.
It's not that bad now.
So I would love to do this weekly, but that's probably not going to happen. I want to do it. I want to get some sort of content out weekly, if that be live stream, if that be a podcast, if that be a vlog or a video of some sort. I've always been on the doing it weekly. I try to do 2 times a week, but
that's a lot.
I've fallen into this stigma of saying I'm going to do it and then not doing it. In a sense of like, all right, guys, like I'm going to post every Wednesday or every Monday and Wednesday, and then I do it once. And I never do it again because I get sidetracked or just don't have time or anything like that. So my goal for 2020 is just getting something out. That's why I'm trying to versatile. Is that the right word? Versatize what I'm doing. Because I've always been stuck to this. I need to post a video. But like what?
A video
of what? Like there are vlogs. There's the Casey Neistats, the Peter McKinnons that you might not know. Do you know?
I know who both of those.
Do you know?
Are.
Okay,
yes.
I couldn't remember. I'm just making sure who they can kind of post something of nothing and it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Everyone says that everyone has an entertaining lifestyle. You just don't know it because you are living that lifestyle.
Oh, I know that mine is entertaining. I'm well aware.
Well, when you look at filming, a lot of stuff you do, you can't film. You can't film at work.
No.
You can't film the drunk people you meet at work.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you have an entertaining life.
I just can't film it.
But you don't have an entertaining lifestyle that can be publicly posted.
Correct.
Same for me. Like, I do media as a career, but I'm not about to go film for work and then also film a behind the scenes video of me doing that work because it is for my job.
company.
Yeah, it's for
Yeah.
a company. Someone is paying our company to do that for them. So
Yeah.
it's like I can't film that. So from 8 to 5 every day, I can't film.
Big old blackout.
Yeah, I can't do
Yeah.
anything. So it's like I'm trying to come up with something on my way home, and by the time I get home, it's dark. So I got to film in my house or film at the apartment, and then it's like I want to go out and do these adventures, and it's like, so we can't always do those. I do them when I can, but I feel like I'm going on a tangent here. But I wanted to have multiple streams of things that can be posted because I love making the content. I love posting the content. I love seeing the analytics, the viewerships, the subscribers, the people being involved in that. But always getting just a vlog video is very hard to do for someone. It's not that I don't think I have an entertaining lifestyle or I can come up with a video. It's just that I just don't have the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how you don't feel like you have the time to do your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Here we are.
here we are doing this. I live streamed the other day. I started to film a video today,
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
but that never finished
Yeah.
just because we were busy.
Running around doing stuff.
Yeah. So,
Forgetting everything.
and my regular vlog camera is broken right now.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing the big camera around. It's not as easy.
Yeah.
So, yes, I'm doing this because I enjoy it. Obviously, the monetization would be lovely. Will it ever get there? I'm sure it will at
Perhaps.
like a little bit once things kind of get going, but that's not why this is here. This is because, one, this gives us a time to chat, get to know some people if we have guests on that maybe like I don't know well or you don't know well, and also is just a piece of content that can be posted regularly. When I say regularly, that's a loose regularly. So, what are we at the time? We're at an hour 13.
Sounds like a good place.
I think we're pretty good to being done. So yeah, this apartment creaks a lot. It creaks. The other day, we have this big we have this big like wooden beam going across the top of our
Support
apartment.
beam.
You were at work and it like cracked like 6 times. Like it made like the
Was somebody up
sounds.
there?
It was at like 9 o'clock at night. I was just playing my games. And I just hear behind me. I was like, "Is this going down? Is the apartment like going away?"
Interesting.
So
Very interesting.
it's just settling.
Yep.
But yes. So I think that's where we're gonna end this episode. It's episode 1 of KRIS Chat. We had a very interesting chat. I think we're starting the format. I think this is a decent format.
Mm-hmm.
We're jumping around, but still sticking to a mild format. Hopefully the next one will have a guest. I can reach out to some people once this one gets out to get some more filmed. I don't know if you'll be on the next one. It literally
Fingers
just
crossed.
depends
On the day of the week.
on the day of the week that we film it.
Yep.
So we'll kind of figure that all out. If you guys are watching this, like it, comment, tell us what you're thinking, what you think about it. Because this will be the second one out, the first full episode. I'm very interested to see if anyone enjoys this, what they think about it. Obviously, with it, maybe after the first like 2 or 3, we'll start getting opinions. Hopefully, just because we want to see where the format goes.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested to see if anybody likes, dislikes, what they have to say about it. Yeah, we'll see where this goes. It's gonna be very interesting because I have my crowd of people, like my audience / friends that I share to. But in theory, you would be sharing to your audience / friends / Twitter, Instagram people as well. So
Like sharing the link?
just sharing that, or maybe a clip
like,
of it, or
Okay.
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
I didn't know where you're going with that, but
like
I got it. I got
directing
it.
people to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be very interesting to like
Where your demographics
yes, where this goes.
Yeah.
Because like my YouTube analytics is very male based.
Yeah.
Because it's all the
Bros
cars.
for bros.
And, yeah, the cars and the media and the video of cars and the gaming and so on and so forth. So it's like, it's going to be interesting. Because I feel like you have a very woman-based, I don't know your Twitter, Instagram.
I wouldn't go based off my Twitter. My Twitter is basically my podcast in words. My
Yes.
my podcast in
If you
words.
want to, we'll get to that in a second. But that's how I'm going to end it. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's just going to be very interesting demographic. So, like the video, if this ends up on some sort of Spotify audio, I mean, I'm used to what people say in the podcast I listen to.
Yeah.
It's kind of the new one that I'm watching, but I also have on Spotify. So like I'll watch half of it at work and then listen to it the rest on the way home.
Well, that's confusing, but all right.
So I'll watch it on my second screen at work because I
Yeah.
have a whole setup.
Yeah, I know.
But then I'll find where I ended and
Where you
listen
ended,
to it on the
that's
way
so
home.
weird.
So yes, because I'm caught up on all of them, and with the holidays, some people didn't post, some people did post. I have like 6 that I listen to. Either way, so I'm gonna end it. Every podcast, whatever you want to call this episode, we're gonna end with giving the guest / you in this one. Where can people find you if you want to get that? Give that. You have Instagram, Twitter.
My Instagram.
Is a big one. What's one?
My Instagram is the only one. Instagram is where it's at.
And that's just
My name.
Is it dot?
No, just my name. All
one word?
lowercase, all one word.
Do you want to give that? And you want to let people look?
Follow me at Lauren Spray, LaurenSpray. It's an entertaining time. I see you sleeping with the lights on, and cats, and beer, and games, and lots of boomerangs. That's really it. Everything else is kind of boring. And my Twitter's private, so.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I have to.
Why? I don't have anything private. I don't think.
I don't think you do either.
I think my Facebook
You're
is pretty
thirsty
private.
for followers.
My Facebook's pretty private.
My Facebook's pretty private. I just don't do anything on Facebook.
I don't
and
either.
Twitter's where I put like rants and stuff, and so not everybody needs to see my rants.
Yeah, that's true.
I like Instagram.
Follow
the
I
Instagram.
use Twitter to share links.
Yeah, your Twitter's weird.
I haven't used it. I started it in like 2013, and I try.
It needs some.
I
ouch.
try.
It needs some work.
Twitter is very good for like people in my field, but I'd say it's like Instagram,
My ear itches.
Facebook. Well, I'd say it's like YouTube, Instagram on top, Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah. Instagram is going to take over the world. That's why Facebook was smart and bought it.
But at the same time, Facebook is really just for family and friends.
Pictures.
And for me to share my work from work and like all that stuff, promote stuff.
Yeah.
But Twitter's the same way, but Twitter's
tagging
just,
locations.
yeah, Twitter's really just for me to share
Links mostly.
links to go to Instagram or YouTube.
Yeah.
So
basically that's all you do.
the Twitter for me is _KBarley. It's _ KBARLY. And then everything else is KBARLY.
Okay, Barley.
Instagram and Instagram.
Nobody cares about the Facebook. Don't bother with the Facebook.
I'm not going to accept anybody I don't know on Facebook. And YouTube is where this is at. But if you're watching this on Twitter, the YouTube is Chris Barkley, all one word, KRISBARCLAY.
Not the country singer.
Don't go to the... I mean, he might be a nice guy.
I didn't say he wasn't. I said you're not him.
I was going to say don't go to him.
Oh.
But his is...
You were going to be rude. I was just saying
I wasn't
going
to be rude. I'm just saying that's not me.
Yeah.
His is a space. His is a KRIS
Yeah.
space.
Anywhere
Barkley.
where you see a profile picture and there's a dude sitting on a couch. It's this
It's
guy.
the one from Seattle, yes. I think I'm finally on top on the YouTube search because I have more subscribers now.
Are you?
I think so. I have a KBarley YouTube that I started that failed. That was going to be where I put the gaming and the the Pokemon Go stuff when I was doing it, but I think it has like 2 videos and 8 subscribers.
Good.
The YouTube is, everything's going to be on one YouTube. But yeah, so that's where you can find me. You can find her. Check out her stuff. Check out her link. One link. I'll have it linked below as well as mine. And subscribe to the YouTube if you're interested in this or live streaming. There is a live stream, my first one down there. It's me playing Halo. Not everyone's very into Halo nowadays. So if you don't, maybe check it out, but it's going to get better. Here's my first one. And this is also our first / kind of second podcast. So yes, check everything out. If you like it, give it a like, subscribe, do all the things that everyone says on all the YouTube videos. And
that's also what everyone says on the YouTube videos.
We will see you guys in the next one.
Instant.